big news in the crypto world today here in the U.S. Another Bitcoin mining company is going public. Core Scientific is planning to list on the NASDAQ through a merger with a SPAC that values the company at about $4.3 billion.
Today, most mining takes place in industrial-scale data centers. It's operated by Core Scientific, one of the world's largest Bitcoin miners.
And we produce Bitcoin, but our obligations are in dollars. So we need to make sure we generate enough dollars to pay those obligations.
They are one of the largest Bitcoin miners by computing power and operating over 143,000 mining rigs.
Without question, crypto mining is booming. Anywhere anyone can get their hands on cheap electricity.
Core Scientific said in an SEC filing today that it's not going to meet its debt payments for October and November.
And finally, one of the largest publicly traded crypto mining companies in the U.S. filed for bankruptcy protection this morning. A person familiar with Core Scientific's finances told CNBC. The stock is down 98% this year as the rising cost of energy and plunging crypto prices have challenged the mining industry.
You know, we've been through turbulent times in the past at our company. I certainly have a good bit of experience in distressed markets, so that when we come out of this, we're not only strong, but we're also bigger. We view this kind of a market, look, it's a challenge and you need to work through it, but it also presents great opportunities to build.
That was Mike Levitt, CEO and co-founder of the Bitcoin mining behemoth, Core Scientific. He believed that despite selling most of their Bitcoin reserves, Core would be in a position to grow amidst the receding market. Having gone public in 2021, Core seemed to be on an unstoppable stretch towards a bright future. But it was not meant to be. Amidst a turbulent market and growing debt, the company has recently filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Having toured their North Carolina facility a few years back, Vosk was also invited to tour their primary facility in Georgia as well. Today, we will take a walk through a now bankrupt mining farm as we tour their incredible Dalton facility. It's time for a look behind the curtain at what went on at one of the biggest mining facilities in the world.
This is the future. Human error. Evolution. This is the future.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's the Vosk. You're watching the Vosk Coin YouTube channel. We just made it down to Core Scientific at their Dalton, Georgia facility. This is one of 3 facilities they have / building out right here. The Dalton, Georgia facility has 53 megawatts. That's if they're all S9s, Antminer S9s, which is the most common Bitcoin miner, that would be about 27,000 of them, aka a freaking lot. In total, with all their facilities down here just in Dalton, Georgia, they've got about 130 megawatts. And they're building out their power infrastructure to upgrade that to 300 megawatts. That's a lot. So now we're gonna go back in time when I'm meeting Jeremy, and we're about to walk through this massive facility that is not only a mining farm, but also has a data center built in the middle of it, which is kind of crazy. Let's check it out.
This is our data center technician supervisor room. The purpose of this room is for the shift supervisor to fill out their shift reports, do incident management reports, document everything they have. If they have a client ticket that comes in, they have our ticketing system up on the screen. They can dispatch technicians from this area, do analytics from here, do training, have a supervisory conversation with what's going on with the data center technicians. They can interact with client success over there. Each of our technicians has to log in with our iPad. They get a picture who's on shift. And we're really big on security. We want all the machines that are hosted at our facility to be at a next level of security mining farm. So we'll go ahead and come on out to the production floor.
I like the branding. It's just everywhere I turn around here, it's just branding. It's good. It's a nice look.
It's just to create, if you've worked in a mining farm, it's good to have a positive culture. It's monotonous work sometimes, staring at little 4-inch fans. So it's good just to have an environment that breeds a culture of professional technology company, hosting company, rather than a typical mining farm. So that's what we're trying to achieve here.
Yeah, especially compared to just a lot of build-outs we've seen is, you have such a heavy focus on the actual farm, and the overwhelming learning curve of that is that the business side, the professional side kind of gets neglected. It's, I've only seen one other lobby.
Yeah.
Or I guess two.
And I think that's a differentiator at Core, that we're in the long game, right? We're wanting to establish a culture with our technicians where it's a place that they can come to work and not just a job, it's a career path for them.
Yeah.
So we're actually going to blow through this and go to the end and work our way back for the tour, okay? As we're walking here, I'll kind of explain. This is a 50,000 square foot building that we are putting 53 megawatts of power in this building. We've distributed the cold aisles with about 4 or 5 megawatts per cold aisle. And the reason that I'm walking you this way and then we're going to tour back is because we built the building from the east side west, and it kind of shows the iterations of all the different aisles. We'll hit all that when we come back. This was the first aisle that we built out. We built out the building here. This used to be a warehouse with roll-up doors, and we built this filter containment. Our design is complete passive air. So we just use the fans off the machines, and that's what brings the air in from the cold aisle, and then hits the hot aisles and exhaust through the ceiling, which we'll show you. Obviously, this is all Avalon design, but you see we really pay attention to cable management, pay attention to our power supplies, the heat dissipation of the power supplies, just to make sure that they're operating at the most effective manner and reliability for the power supplies. All of our power distribution, this unit here is a 4,000 amp piece of switchgear that distributes to 225 amp PDUs. Smart breaker, so it's going to tell you what the load is on each piece of 4,000 amp switchgear. And you see we've built the venting out the top so that the heat, feel this, go ahead and put your hand up here and feel this. See the heat that comes out of it? That venting is sucking all that heat up off the breakers, and we do that so that we can keep our uptime as close to 100% as possible.
That's awesome, because I see so many build-outs where the breakers are so hot.
Yeah.
And that's something you don't plan for. You don't realize that. Even my residential one got really hot.
Yeah. So you can tell that these are substantially cooler. Obviously the ambient temperature today is down, but the longevity of our breakers, we actually engineer the systems and make sure that we keep the heat off the breakers. So when we built this building out, we're going to do 53 megawatts inside the building, and we decided to take one of the cold aisles and make it an AI aisle. We'll show you that later, but we had to put the rest of the power out back, and I'll show you this design. Core Scientific, we're always buying transformers out in front, making sure that we have plenty of room for capacity and growth.
Yeah.
We've got two 600 kW generators. These are for a 2-in solution for our AI aisle and to back up all of our network facilities. We've got some asphalt construction going on here, so we're going to walk around and hit this building. So this is our brand new flavor. It's our single slope building. It's all passive air, the same as the inside, but this is an iteration from our container product. We've taken one building, went up to 16 feet, and we have two 2,500 transformers, so this building can fit 4.2 megawatts of power in it.
Thank you.
So similar to the design is inside the building. The nice thing is we can put these buildings anywhere. When we buy land or property, we can erect these buildings nearly anywhere as long as we have power. We still have the local IDF, it's a redundant network, and we go up to 16 feet, and then we put the thermal barrier on the outside just beyond, so the total building is only 10 feet wide. These are special washable filters. They take down the dust particulates and the humidity in the same filter based on the mesh inside there. And they're all reusable, so we don't waste any paper filters, so we're environmentally conscious. Just take these out, spray them down, and put them back up.
Yeah, we saw some of them being cleaned at the Marble facility. Russell said that you guys there's a guy employed full-time just for filter washing.
Non-stop.
Yeah.
In this facility we have, each shift is a 24/7 facility, so we have DCTs on shift, we have a DCT supervisor, 2 DCTs, data center technicians, and then a repair technician on site at every facility.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to show you the outside. This is the outside of the single slope building. Let's come over here so you can get a better view. Like I said, we're putting asphalt in here just to cut down the dust. The construction's over, so now we can go ahead and put asphalt. Just makes it a better surface for the machines, low dust in our farm. If a machine goes down, just puts a foam insert in the machine's place so the hot air doesn't poison the cold dial. So this is just a foam, same type of material, real low-tech way to keep the poisoning from returning back to the cold dial.
So why was that miner on?
A fan died, a PSU, whatever could be happening. Yeah, that's right. And then you can see we have different, the way we've built this design is it's flexible for any type of machine. Since we're a hosting facility, we don't know what flavor machine's gonna come next. So we want to have a flexible design from a power, network, and rack space availability.
Yeah, it seems very modular. So you literally just cut out what you need.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. We'll walk this way and I'll show you. It's kind of it's pretty interesting on how we design our power distribution. It's very efficient. These power poles are from the utility company, and we set our transformers really close, so the electrical wiring that goes from the transformer to the pole is very short, and that makes us more cost effective and more reliable as well.
Yeah.
We have a utility company here that supplies power from 2 separate substations. All the transformers on the south side get fed from a substation on the south, and then the north all gets fed from another substation. So for instance, if we have a major outage at a utility level, we'd only lose 50% of the building at a time, which is another part of our design in all of our facilities.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we can head over, so there's a total of 4 of these buildings in the back. So these are the Bitfury V8s. Our electrical distribution for 225. We had to modify it slightly to be prepared for them. But as you can see, they're stacked 5 in a row.
Do you just have like a little mini lift that you use for them?
Yeah, it's a single man scissor lift as they get in here. We built these walls right here to where this is modular. We can take out this 8-foot section, it'll pop out, and then we can bring a lift in here. We can palletize machines, sit them in here for deployment, and then when we're done, we just bolt that back together. So this looks like it's just a brand new deployment. They're just staging the machines and getting them ready. You see the lifts are in here. They're getting them all cabled up and ready to go. So this is just really a bunch of machines that are just sitting here. We got them turned on, ready to go. They're bootstrapped and they're mining, but they still have to add the thermal barrier and then do some cable management.
Downtime boss money.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, so you can tell here our pre-deployment team is, putting all the network cabling in, and it has, every cable has a wire wrap label on it that tells you exactly which switch and which port on the switch. That way when we're deploying, they know exactly what switch it's going to, where it's plugged in. It's good for troubleshooting, it's good for self-healing, all those things.
Yeah, that's a big deal, especially like just when it gets all congested.
Oh yeah.
It's like, just like, oh my gosh.
I think the biggest differentiator is you can see the technicians, they're all uniform. You can see the security procedures that we put in place. You can see the scale in which we do our construction and our build outs. This is kind of cool for you guys. See a little construction.
Yeah, I mean, it's going on right now.
It's happening right here in front of you. All right, well, let's head in the building. I think this is a good shot just to show the scale of our facility. All of our power here is 416, 240, 3-phase. We've dabbled with going to 277, but our master electrician, Gary Fife, is elected to go with 416, 240, and it also is a unique voltage coming off of the poles here on the high voltage side.
So it's 3-phase, so when you break it down, like what are you getting at the miners?
It's in 240. So it's just a single phase of the 240.
Okay, so when it hits at 240, it's not like 208 or whatever?
That's right, it's 240 at the actual miner.
Okay, that's awesome.
And we've standardized on a power supply that'll take us up to 264, but it's good because 240 will come in at 238 or 242 depending upon what's coming in on the high side from the utility provider.
Yeah, well that's awesome from just a
efficiency
point of view.
Something to point out, every one of our doors is access controlled. So controlled access by badge on every single employee that we have, just to control access into the facility from a security perspective.
Yeah.
This is a Leviton sub-metering system. So we have the meter that goes off the 4,000 from the utility company, but then we break it down to a sub-meter for billing purposes to our clients. Because we may have 10 different clients on this cold aisle, so we can break down the billing on a consumption level to each specific client. This basically has what's called a current transformer that's sitting inside the 4,000 on the breakers, and it's tied in. That's right, it's tied into the network. So we pull that information, we send it into our proprietary minder system, and then it aggregates it based on the consumption of the machine. If the machine is up and using consumption, it generates the billing for it.
That's like cutting edge.
Yeah, it is very efficient so that we can scale. I'm gonna take you in here. on the rack, they're replacing fans and PSUs. They're putting it into their ticketing system. And then after they're done, if they can't fix it on the rack, they put it on the cart and take it into repair. But that's what I'm going to take you to here in a moment. Completely two-in, so we have two network providers, two fiber providers coming in from the north side of the building and the south side, just like our power providers. And our internal network, MDF1 and MDF2. So if we lose network from MDF1 or one service provider, you won't even skip a beat and you'll switch over to our redundant network. So our clients never experience an outage because of a network. We'll go in and show you one of them. Okay. As you said, it's a lot quieter in here, so that's why I brought you guys over here. Self-contained racks, all of our Cisco core switches in here. You can see on the backboard is our access control system. We've got two air conditioners in here. Everything is two-in, so power's two-in, UPS, backup is two-in, two air conditioners, and a fire suppression system in here. All alerting and ticketing, so if a UPS loses primary power, ticket gets fired to the DCTs and to our net operations team. Now that we're kind of out of our typical ASIC mining hosting farm area, I wanted to walk you guys through our AI aisle. Okay. All the mechanical and electrical equipment you see here are 100% dedicated to a two-in solution for our AI aisle. We're a DGX NVIDIA Inception partner, and the standards are much higher than just a typical rack with some ASIC miners on it. So what you see from what you saw out back is the two 600 kW generators. One of those feeds this transfer switch, so that if in the event that we had a utility power outage, this is major power, right? So this guy's job is to sense utility power. Utility power drops for any reason out there, lightning strike, utility substation goes down for any reason, the UPS will hold the entire aisle while the generator fires up, and then the ATS will kick over, and then the entire aisle will be backed up by that generator.
Look at that wiring.
Yeah, it's pretty massive wiring. It's so that we can outfit 2 megawatts of power just in our AI aisle, which 2 megawatts of power in the mining world doesn't seem like a lot, but in a data center, traditional computing, it's a lot of power.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's serious.
So this is the Core Scientific AI aisle, NVIDIA DGXs. It's the DGX2 on the bottom, and then 3 DGX1s on top. You can kind of see in a typical data center, you blow the air conditioning on a raised floor up through the racks. We've built custom shrouds and we exhaust the heat into our hot aisle. That way we don't have to keep as much air conditioning inside the space.
Yeah.
So this room's built out for plenty of expansion. So you can take this server lift, just put the machine on top, set this in front of the rack, and this will raise up to 800 pounds. And then the DCT simply take it, shift it forward, rack it, and stack it. Makes us much more efficient, and they like us from a save their back perspective. Okay, just go down there. Don't hold on to any of this. There's gears. I'll just take you up just a little bit.
No,
all right, you ready?
It's like normally you have to pay for rides like this.
That's right. All right, now we're having too much fun. Let's go back to work. That we're about to go into is our repair center. So remember I was telling you how the DCTs They triage machines on the rack, fan, they replace it on the rack, power supply, they replace it on the rack. If it gets down to the control board level or the hashboard level, it gets put into repair on the repair staging racks. The repair center will repair it, stage it on the outgoing racks, and then the DCTs will come at the beginning of shift and redeploy those machines. So come on, I'll take you into the repair center. You can kind of see where all the repairs are going down. This is our repair center for Dalton, Georgia. This is the smaller one because this facility is not that big compared to Marble. You saw our repair center there. You can see the same thermal barrier that we use in the data center so that he can put the rigs here, plug them into production power, production network. After he does the repair, actually burn them in and make sure that the repairs actually last versus going out and deploying them 16 feet up in the air and finding out that there's a problem. So
lugging them all the way back.
That's right. We'll go upstairs and I'll show you. We have a team collaboration room up there, a couple of engineers in here. You see Cam is one of our specialty guys, so he gets the special desk so you can stand up in it. Yeah. He doesn't sit long. He's either bleeding with his fingertips typing away or he's running out on the floor fixing something. Basically, this room just displays all of our data centers, shows the weather for each of the data centers and any alerts and ticketing. They go to all the other data centers automatically, but this is a kind of a command center to where we have a technician always watching ticketing for alerts and major outages, anything that goes on, so that they can dispatch and make sure that things are up to speed and ready to go. Yeah, basically each of the screens represent multiple locations. And then obviously just kind of a conference room, boardroom, bring clients in, have business discussions, team meetings, things of that nature. But it's cool that you have the product right outside, and that's the conclusion of the Dalton facility.
Hey, well, thanks for having us.
No problem. Any other questions you guys have for us?
I'm bringing all 15 of my miners over.
All right, let's do it, man. That's a deal.
There it
Put
is.
this on camera. This is a handshake 15 miner deal.
Yo, you got me.
He's going to be hosting right there.
Oh man, you're good at this.
That's right.
I wasn't ready. And just like that, you just toured one of the biggest mining farms in the world, in the country, on the East Coast, Georgia, whatever. It's pretty freaking big. So, as always, guys, hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe to the VozCoin YouTube channel. Hit the thumbs up. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you thought. Let me know what you want to see more of in future videos like this. And any questions you want to ask in the future. Not a pro, just a dude with a dog.
Thank you guys so much for watching this Core Scientific Dalton, Georgia facility mining farm tour. For more incredible mining farm tour videos, as well as an in-depth view at how Vosk is building out his own mining farm, take a look at some of our mining farm playlist videos. Thanks so much again, and we'll see you on the next one.
If you're interested in mining yourself, then something like the plug-and-play Evergreen miner would probably be perfect for you. Doesn't make much noise, doesn't produce much heat, doesn't consume much electricity, and it's profitable. It's hard drive mining, and it's really easy to use. And with my Evergreen mining rig, I'm earning $60 a month in passive income. If that sounds interesting to you, I've got a link out down below that not only supports the channel, but also a coupon code that saves you 20 bucks.